We are all hardwired to act in alignment with how we self-identify. So our identity, our set of beliefs about who we are and what we're capable of, is the single greatest factor controlling our life. It's the single greatest force determining our reality. So change those stories about who you are and what you're capable of to support your growth, to support the manifestation of your greatest dreams, to support the pursuit of your goals, to support the execution of your vision. And be honest with yourself and think about where those stories are now. Do you tell yourself a story that you are capable of anything? Do you tell yourself a story that you are manifesting your dreams every day? Do you tell yourself a story that you are limitless? Do you tell yourself a story that you are destined for greatness? And if you did, how would life change for you? See, this is how it works. Our reality is a reflection of our actions, and our actions are a reflection of our beliefs. So if you lived life in that way, if you woke up and were excited to see what the day ahead had in store for you, if you woke up and you instantly thought about what can you accomplish today? What sort of greatness can you bring to the world? How can you serve? How can you become one step closer to making your life a masterpiece? And if you carried those stories with you throughout the day, how different would your actions be? Versus the stories of, I'm worthless, I'm not deserving, I'm just depressed, I'm just not motivated. Even when I try, it doesn't work out, I'm just not lucky. Just think about that. How different are your actions going to be based on the differences in those two types of stories? Very different. And because those actions will be different, our actions are exchanges with the environment. Because those actions will be different, we're going to experience different outcomes. We're going to experience different feedback from the world around us. And that feedback reinforces the belief. So this is the cycle. The cycle is our beliefs lead to our actions lead to feedback from the environment, our outcomes, and those outcomes then reinforce the beliefs. So you can see if the belief is, I'm lazy, I'm just not motivated, I can't seem to get anything done. If that's the belief, well, what kind of actions are you going to take? Probably not very many. And because of that, you're not going to experience many changes in your life. And because of that, it's going to reinforce the belief that I just can't seem to get anything done. Versus the belief that I can conquer any challenge that comes my way. The belief that I approach what I'm afraid of, I don't avoid it. A story that says every day I am manifesting my dream life. A story that says I am limitless. That story, that's going to lead to fundamentally different actions. You're going to live life on fire. Think about how much more you would accomplish in a day. Think about the joy and enthusiasm and passion you would bring to your pursuits, to your activities, to your interactions with other people. And then because of that, think about how more rewarding life would become. Think about how different the outcomes would be that you would experience, which would therefore reinforce those beliefs. So again, think about what are those stories that you're telling yourself. And if they're not supporting you, if they're not lifting you up, change them, because we can never rise greater than the level of our stories. Our stories determine the ceiling on our potential. So for many of us, that ceiling's down here and we'll never experience anything greater because those stories of who we are and what we're capable of are holding us back. They're limiting the actions we take and therefore limiting the reality we experience. So change those stories. And when I say that, that's the beautiful thing about stories. You get to rewrite them. Those stories you have about yourself, those don't exist anywhere around you in the physical world. Those are mental constructs. And as mental constructs, they're malleable. They can be changed. And as you change them and as you repeat and recondition a new story, you rewire those neural pathways. So write down, who is it that you dream of becoming? What life do you dream of having? And who do you have to be to achieve those things? What qualities do you have to possess? Who are you becoming? Write that down and repeat that to yourself. Read that multiple times a day, morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, before bed. Repeat them to yourself. Those affirmations, that new story, repeat that to yourself as many times a day as you can remember. Because as you do that, those beliefs will start to become bulletproof. And as those beliefs become bulletproof, your actions become automatic. And as your actions become automatic, the world around you starts to change. Your life starts to transform. You start to become fundamentally different. You start to become somebody you're proud of. You start to become somebody you enjoy spending time with. You start to become somebody you enjoy waking up to. And as reality starts to change, those beliefs become rock solid. And that's the positive cycle, because the cycle happens for better or for worse. But it starts with you. It starts with you. So remember, treat yourself like somebody you're trying to help. Make sure your inner dialogue, that narrative that you're telling yourself, those stories that you're repeating to yourself, make sure they lift you up. And if they don't, do something about it. You get to do something about that. You get to change that. What a gift. Rewrite the stories. Change your life. And remember that every day is an opportunity to begin again. Every breath is an opportunity to change. Treat yourself like somebody you're trying to help. Change your stories, change your life. That's all for today.